Welcome to Speak for Yourself. Marcellus Wiley in the building with Emmanuel M.E. Two-time Acho.
My dog, what happened to your Ravens last night, your boy Lamar Jackson?
Really? Huh? You don't know that I'm a Chargers fan until they play? All right. Well, I guess let's get to our top story brought to you by Popeye's new 8-piece nuggets. Damn, you get some of them right. Damn. The Ravens got a big wake-up call in Miami last night. Yeah, Acho, I heard you. They only scored 10 points, and we're upset by the Dolphins, blah, blah, blah. My boy, Lamar Jackson, was held to under 300 total yards and was seen yelling on the sideline. Hey, what's up, boy? After the game, Lamar said he was hot, adding, quote, if you're on offense, you'd be mad too. So, Acho, are you worried about my Ravens?
Absolutely, Sel. I think losing to the Dolphins at this stage is inexplicable. If you are the Baltimore Ravens and you're supposed to be AFC Super Bowl contenders, you're supposed to be a team that's supposed to dominate that conference, if you will. Losing to the Dolphins, particularly on a short week, cannot happen. Ooh. Here's why I'm really worried about the Ravens.
Let's go.
It's because, what do they say about character? Character is what you do when no one else is watching.
Yes,
that is the main definition. So essentially, an individual's character has nothing to do with the surroundings. An individual's character is dictated by the individual. Well, Baltimore Ravens, what's the character of your football team? You should not be watching, oh, did the Bills just lose to the Jaguars? Okay, we chilling there. Wait, did the Bengals just lose to the Jets and then get blown out by the Browns? Okay, we can lose again. No, the Ravens' character should be independent of all the other drama and nonsense going on in the AFC. We don't know who the best AFC team is because everybody keeps catching L's. But Ravens, while everybody else is catching an L, go ahead and catch a dub and make it clear and concise that you are the best team in the AFC. I'm not worried because the Ravens can no longer get to the Super Bowl, because the Ravens can no longer get to an AFC championship game, because this one game will have huge implications for the rest of the Ravens season. That's not why I'm worried. But there are some teams in ball you just shouldn't lose to. I'll let y'all in on a little secret. Sal and I have talked about this before.
Let's go.
There are games that you go into where you know you're going to win.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter how well you play, how poorly you play. You know the opponent is sorry. So you calculate in the locker room, like even if somehow, some way I have an off day, my other 10 dudes on this football field, they not going to have an off day. If they have an off day, I'm not going to have an off day. We still going to get a dub. That is who the Dolphins should have been to the Ravens. Like, even if we have an off day, the Dolphins are so bad, having only beaten the Texans and the Patriots week 1 in that weird week, the Dolphins are so bad talent-wise compared to the Ravens that the Ravens still should have been able to get a dub. So I'm worried because now I'm questioning the character of the Ravens football team in the sense that don't play down because everybody else around you playing down. Play up to your standard. Own the AFC. The AFC is up for the taking. You just got to go get it.
Oh, you hit me with the whisper, the deceleration of whisper. You just got to go get it. Okay, that ain't going to get me, though. Oh, man, Acho, I ain't worried about these Ravens. I ain't worried about nothing. Let me tell you why I ain't worried about these Ravens right now. Because it's a roller coaster ride, especially in the American Football Conference, AFC, this year. Everybody's on the roller coaster. You mentioned Buffalo, right? Okay. We know where the Chiefs are. They're not at the high of this roller coaster either. They're at a low point as well, despite winning 2 games in a row. Look around the AFC. What team are you scared of? The Tennessee Titans? Let's see how they perform going forward in this stretch run without Derrick Henry. Hey, I don't wish them any ill, but we're interested in seeing how they're going to play. The Chargers, my Chargers. Like, what team scares you? No team scares you. So now you start looking at the Ravens and say, well, take advantage of this situation, what you just said. Talking about character. Here's something even deeper than talking about character. Because the one thing I don't like when people bring up character is it's about what you do when no one else is watching. How do I know what you're doing when nobody else is watching? I got to trust you? Really? There's a lot of stuff I've done, Acho, that nobody knows except me. And I'm going to the grave with it. And y'all can talk all you want. Marcellus has high character. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Acho has high character. Yeah, okay. We'll see when the phone's down what Acho really about. Let's talk about this team. When no one else is watching this team, you got to remember to judge them by the distance traveled. What's the distance that this team has traveled? You could go and say, oh, well, last year they were in the playoffs and then they played against the Bills and maybe a pick 6 away from actually advancing in the playoffs like they did. Judge this team by the distance traveled this season because it's about this team. You know what that distance was? Behind the 8 ball. Do you remember this summer? Do you remember all the injuries that they dealt with in training camp? You remember people saying, wow, look at the bad fate of the Baltimore Ravens. And I want to give you this example. I will go to the marathon because, you know, we some track runners up here. But I'll give you the NBA example at first. A team that finds itself in a 20-point deficit. Then they use up all their gas to just tie up the game. And you're sitting there, Marv Albert or something. Oh, it's a tie game, right? And then all of a sudden, you would say, I'm worried. Me, I would say this team is just now getting to the latter stages where they're going to kick in this stretch run. What was going on last year, Acho, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Right around this time, too. Did they have a bad loss, a horrible loss? Did they end up winning the Super Bowl? Absolutely. This doesn't disqualify the Ravens from anything in terms of their future and forecast. This is just a reminder that success is not linear and that the road is not going to be without some hiccups. I'm not worried about these Ravens.
The question is, because you're exactly right, and I agree with you.
Okay, let's go. Coming up.
I don't think that this is indicative of the future, but what happens in ball, and Sel, you know this far too well, is you start to smell blood in the water. If I see a team not be able to handle something, if an offense can't handle a certain blitz, I'm running that blitz again the next week.
Run it back.
They prove they can stop it.
Run it back.
If a defense can't handle 4 verticals, well, we're going to keep running 4 verticals out of different offensive concepts until they prove they can stop it. I think yesterday the Ravens got bit. And there's blood in the water. The question is, will other teams start to smell it? Can I show you in the big board?
You can.
we go to the big board?
Oh, Lamar's up there. Look at my dog. He's going to bite back.
I thought you denied him like Peter 3 times. Now, here is my only cause for concern with the Ravens, is that the Dolphins did something yesterday that was so intriguing to me. If other teams can duplicate it, the Ravens might actually be in a little bit more trouble than we'd like to believe. Let's roll the tape and just take a look. The Dolphins were showing all-out blitz. The Dolphins blitzed the Baltimore Ravens with defensive backs 24 times. That's the most Lamar Jackson's ever seen. Everybody is crowding the line of scrimmage. All of these defensive backs have the Ravens man-to-man. We're showing all-out blitz. Everybody's coming, unless they're not. See, there were only 2 defensive linemen on the field. Both of the defensive linemen dropped, which means the 4 left remaining rushers are linebackers and defensive backs. Why does that matter? Linebackers and defensive backs, they're faster than defensive linemen. So if Lamar tries to escape, we got him covered. Go ahead and dance on him. Go ahead and dance on him. So again, let me show you really the times of why that matters schematically. Rather than rushing D linemen, they rushed Jerome Baker, a 4.53 guy, Ohio State. They rushed Andrew Van Ginkel, 4.56 guy. They rushed Jalen Phillips, 4.56 guy, and then they rushed a DB, Javon Holland, a 4.46 guy. So if this blueprint is duplicated by other teams, we're going to keep defensive backs and linebackers in the rush and maybe either drop defensive linemen or not put many defensive linemen on the field, then the Ravens might be susceptible going forward. That's my only real concern if somebody can continue to duplicate this blueprint, which the Bengals put on display in week 6 when they beat the Ravens.
Well done, well stated, and way to take us deep into the not only locker room, but the player meeting. The player meeting where you're sitting there as a collective defensive meeting, you're sitting there like, how are we going to defend Lamar Jackson? And 2 things always pop up. One, there's a blueprint, and then there's the execution of that blueprint.
Talk about it.
You just gave us the blueprint and the execution, which is tremendous. Not every team has the personnel to go out there and speed dime, basically. You know, we used to play speed dime as well back in our day.
Break that down. What's speed dime? You're using big football terms.
Big football terms. Okay, speed dime. All right, dime is more than nickel. So more defensive backs than you would have in a nickel package. You put 1 out there for a nickel package. You put 2 out there plus for a dime package. But speed is like coaches looking like, all right, these are not necessarily my best defenders, but these are my fastest defenders. And we used to have, I hate to call him out like this because I've never said his name in a positive way, but his name was Bird Dog, all right? I'm going to leave it like there. Donovan Greer. Bird Dog was my teammate, and Bird Dog wasn't the best corner, but he was like the fastest corner. So when we went speed dime, Bird Dog, get on the field. We know we're not using you for interceptions or anything. We just need that speed to cover sideline to sideline. I saw that happen as well yesterday with Lamar Jackson. Here's the problem. Other teams see blueprints, and then it's up to you to execute the blueprints. If you look at the Baltimore Ravens, this is not an epiphany to go out there and play speed dime. Just like when you play Patrick Mahomes, it's not an epiphany to go 2 deep safeties. The problem is, what are you going to do in execution once you put that blueprint on the field? I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson because now it's his turn to counter what they're trying to punch him with, which is the speed dime package. While I'm not also worried about them because they still have a top rushing attack, but more importantly, they got a good passing attack. I don't know if you played like I played, but mentally, if things weren't right, I wasn't mindless on the football field. There were times where I'm like, yo, I got a little injury here, but I'm going to be fine, because we all want to get to the place where we're mindless in football. Those conditions yesterday, the slush that they were playing in, the field, the sod, whatever it is, I don't think that was to the advantage of what the Baltimore Ravens like to do. I think that was something that was serving Miami even better, slowing the game down because guys just couldn't go out there and accelerate like normal, which led to a lower scoring game. You add all this up, man, yeah, there's a blueprint to stop Lamar Jackson. I think 2-3 years, people have been trying to execute that blueprint. You saw it happen now. I don't think lightning gonna strike twice. I think that Lamar and the Ravens are fine.
I think it's a couple things. One, we've almost seen lightning strike twice in what the Bengals did to Lamar Jackson.
Did you say almost? I heard something.
Almost.
Oh, okay.
We almost saw lightning strike twice in what the Bengals did to Lamar Jackson and what the Dolphins did. The only reason I'm not going to call it lightning was because the Dolphins did what the Bengals attempted to do, but they did it even better.
Yeah, facts.
Now, the Bengals' offense was so good, we don't even think about the Bengals holding the Ravens to 17 points. But the Bengals really showed that blueprint. Hey, every third down, we going all-out blitz on Lamar Jackson. But then the Dolphins said, ooh, I'm going to take a little bit of that, fake the all-out blitz, drop a couple defensive linemen, mask the short passing lanes for Lamar, and get after him. But, Sel, the other thing I think people aren't talking about, because it's not as sexy if you watch ball, the Ravens got punched in the mouth in the line yesterday.
I hear you.
They got punched in the mouth in them trenches.
I know what it's
about. And what the Baltimore Ravens should be able to do is punch everybody in the mouth. #1 rushing attack 3 years running. So I'm a little bit more concerned, not just because of a blueprint. A blueprint is one thing.
Right.
Can you execute the blueprint? That's another thing. But what the Ravens do best is play bully ball. And when a bully gets bullied, all of a sudden, people don't fear the bully no more. You talk about it growing up. When that big bully that was rolling through the streets of Compton, when he finally got, you looking at him like, oh,
yeah.
If he can get got, I ain't worried about him no more. I think yesterday showed me, and specifically look up Christian Wilkins, first-round pick for the Miami Dolphins from 3 years back, interior defensive lineman. A dog. The way he was manhandling the Ravens' offensive line shows me, oh, that offensive line can get bullied now. Bullies ain't bulletproof.
See, now you've mislabeled what the Baltimore Ravens are. They're not bullies. They're fighters, and that's a big difference. They don't look for trouble. They just know that they ain't scared of nothing.
Okay.
This team has been facing adversity, more adversity, I think, than any other team this year, right?
Yep.
So to get to this point, they had to fight. They ain't going around looking for fights. They was like, damn, who else hurt? Who else ain't here? Okay, we gonna get to where we gotta go. Now, in this moment, they ain't gonna forget who they are. They're fighters. They're gonna come back with another punch. Lamar Jackson, unanimous MVP, only 2 in this world, is gonna come back with a different counter punch. And this team right now has been rolling. Let's not sneeze at the fact that they average 414 yards per game. The Ravens, franchise record. The Ravens, we're talking about them offensively being that dominant. Now you add that up, and then you say this is a bad loss. You shouldn't have this loss. Then I look at last year, I see Tampa Bay had some bad losses. I look when the Chiefs lost to the 7-9 losing Colts when they won their Super Bowl. How about this for the Patriots? They had 3 losses to losing teams, a 5-win team, a 6-win team, 7-win team. It doesn't disqualify you from the goal that you're trying to achieve. What it does is pepper you up, toughen you up, and make you smarter to know what they're trying to attack you with. And if I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I take all that in.
So, you know, we've talked about this before. When I assess someone's greatness in anything, someone's greatness in business, someone's greatness in relationships, someone's greatness in football, I say, how great are you at your best and how bad are you at your worst?
Yes.
And who you really are is somewhere in between.
Yes.
In football, you shouldn't be able to lose to every team. I don't care. It's 32 teams. Anybody can get got any given Sunday.
What you say?
No, there are some teams that you just know, nah, we're not going to lose to them. For example,
like who?
I would be hard-pressed to believe the Buccaneers would lose to the Jaguars. The Bills might. These Ravens might.
Man, you better stop now.
I'd be hard-pressed to believe that the Bucs would lose to the Jags.
Well, you about to be pressed hard then. Because what?
So as I look at it, I don't even think the Ravens should be too good to take an L to a Dolphins team that didn't even know who they wanted to start at quarterback. So that'd be one thing if Tua was in his bag, Tua go out there and he's just dominating. They didn't even want to start Tua. You want to start Brissett. Then all of a sudden you want to put
Facts.
2 in the game.
Facts.
You lost to a Dolphins team who's ambiguous at the quarterback position. Yes, this year in the AFC, we're seeing a lot of teams catch L's. But just like the Cardinals played the Jags, and the Jags had the Cardinals number, but the Cardinals were just too good to lose to the Jags, at least this year. Jags returned a field goal, a missed field goal for a touchdown. Jags scored an easy one right before the half. Jags had the Cardinals number.
Come on,
but
man.
the Cardinals just too good to lose to a team as bad as the Jags. I think the Ravens, in my mind, they were too good to lose to the Dolphins. They are no longer.
I don't believe in that. And I know you ain't that cocky. I know you didn't walk on the football field saying there's no way we should lose to this team. I know that you walked on saying I believe we should win, but there's no way we should lose. You went too far, big dog. Those are All-Americans over there from college. Those are Pro Bowlers over there. Those are future Hall of Famers over there, too. Everybody's a black belt in the NFL. It's just what degree black belt are you?
Yeah, big dog.
Come on. But only one team has not won a game this year, the Detroit Lions. And they were in every single game until their coach started crying. Dan Campbell, that's my dog, my old teammate. What you crying for? As soon as he started crying, team gone. But the point is, only one team. Everybody else got sniped.
Let's stick to your point. The Detroit Lions, don't they come out against the L.A. Rams and they score on the second possession? Immediately after scoring, they recover an onside. They just stole 2 possessions and still lost. Because the Ravens are incapable, the Rams just were incapable of losing to a team as bad as the Lions. So even though the Lions executed a nearly flawless first half, score, recover a surprise onside, you just stole 2 possessions. They still lost because some teams, it don't matter how great you play. Y'all just can't compete with those other cats.
But then why, all right, explain the Rams then without Derrick Henry, with Ryan Tannehill not playing well this year. Y'all get bum rushed by that same team. Now, everybody's like Tennessee is the same without Derrick Henry.
They're not.
Don't slight Derrick Henry like that. They came out there and punched him in the mouth. Everybody, look, you ever had a fight? You ever had a fight?
Only 2.
2 fights?
Only 2.
You ever get put to sleep?
No.
I'm sorry, you're the man who never got put to sleep. I raised my hand. I got put to sleep.
You a kid, though, bruh.
It don't matter. I was still a dude fighting and got caught. Brian Bimbo put it right here in front of Davita Adams. Knocked me off for 2 weeks from school. Point being, everybody, if you get caught in the right spot, everybody there to be got.
But, Sal, you know what it is, bro, because you talk to this dude a lot. You friends with this dude, Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, everybody was freaking out. He's going to fight. Was it Jake Paul, Logan Paul? No, one of them Pauls. He going to fight him. What if he gets caught? What if Floyd Mayweather gets caught slipping?
Yeah.
You'll have to understand, Floyd at his worst is still better than whatever Paul brother that was at their best. I wasn't freaking out while the whole world was like, Floyd might ruin his legacy.
Logan,
because some, even at their worst, are still better than others at their best. I was just under the assumption that this, just 6 days ago, 1-6 Dolphins team could not sniff the jockstrap of this Ravens team. But all of a sudden, I realized maybe these Ravens aren't as elite as I thought. Because to your point of your Rams, Rams lost to the Titans, they lost to the Cardinals. That's the only 2 losses. Best team in the NFC, best team in the AFC, big dog.
I'll give you all of that. But now we kind of morphing into a conversation where it's like, well, can Detroit, can they beat Georgia? Can they beat Alabama? Like, stop. Like, Logan Paul is not a professional fighter to catch Floyd Mayweather. Floyd has never got caught, put to sleep, none of that. But there's been some punches that made Floyd say, hey, wait a minute, dog. You're a professional as well. That's all I'm trying to remind you of. Coming up, Aaron Rodgers could be back for the Packers. But we'll tell you if Sunday is a must-win game. But first, Cam Newton and Odell Beckham Jr. on new teams. We'll tell you who has more to prove next on Speak for Yourself.
Well, Odell Beckham Jr. is headed out west to join the 7-2 Rams. Now, Matthew Stafford chimed in and called him a talented guy, but added, quote, everybody on our team carves out their role. Out east, Cam Newton is back in Carolina. And head coach Matt Rule spoke highly of his new quarterback, saying, quote, a healthy Cam is a special player, close quote. So, Sal, I can't wait for this conversation, man. I can't wait for this one.
Let's go.
Who's got more to prove, Cam Newton or Odell Beckham?
I had to sleep on this one because yesterday, boy, I was torn, talking about ripping my pants on the fence. I was like, it's both of them. And then I woke up this morning and said, oh, no, it's not. It's Odell Beckham Jr., and it's clear why it's Odell Beckham Jr. Let's put ourselves in the body of Odell Beckham Jr. and mindset, and let's do that with Cam Newton. If it ended right now, this moment right now, NFL careers over for both guys, which one could rest more peacefully at night?
Cam Newton with these.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So there's more for you to prove, Odell Beckham Jr., because, man, Where you trying to go, Cam Newton's already been in terms of ascension. MVP in the league before, been in the Super Bowl game before. Odell Beckham hadn't even won a playoff game yet. And Odell Beckham has all of this supreme, uber talent sitting there not fully realized. And that's the problem. That's why there's more for Odell Beckham Jr. to go out there and prove. And here's the deeper problem. He knows he has a lot left in him. And he knows he has a tremendous opportunity in front of him. But he also knows he's stuck in what they call in L.A. the cattle call. Like auditions. You ever go to these? When I was single, I used to, man, my homegirls that were casting directors used to tell me, oh, we having an audition. I was like, what kind of audition y'all having? They would just tell you the different types. Oh, we're looking for exotic, tall women. I'll just be there. I just want to just make sure I learn how the process goes. But the point is, Odell Beckham is in the cattle call because now he's going to get to practice and he's going to realize, oh, Cooper Kupp is here, and he's the main character. Oh, Robert Woods is in this film as well, and he ain't got no cameo. He also a supporting actor in this one. And here I am, the most talented thespian of all. And guess what? They ain't got no lines for me, bro. He's sitting there trying to dye his hair another color, trying to get seen in the scene. Man, look. I'm telling you, he got a lot to prove, and I don't know if he's going to get enough opportunities to prove it. So, yeah, it's on Odell Beckham.
I love that take, sir. I love that take. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Odell has more to prove because Odell's expectations are higher. Odell Beckham, we still perceive him as that 2016 Odell Beckham, 1,300 yards, double-digit touchdowns. We at least still think that Odell's fallen off. Not because of Odell.
Say it.
But he fell off because of Baker, man. And in all honesty, he had an aging Eli Manning. Imagine if Odell would have had a top-flight quarterback with one of the greatest arms the game has ever seen. A quarterback and a team that passes the ball. Somebody like Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Say it, bro.
Odell, you've always blamed others. And honestly, you haven't. We've blamed others for you. You're so talented, Odell Beckham, that we've said it was Baker's fault, Eli's fault, Giants offensive line fault, Tom Coughlin's fault. Tom Coughlin too stringent for Odell Beckham. Don't like all that over there. Man, Freddie Kitchens, he ain't even been a head coach before. What he doing with Odell Beckham? He don't even know what he doing. Kevin Stefanski, man, that's a run-based offense. Odell needs his touches. Well, now, Odell, you're going to the second happiest passing offense in the league, behind only the Buffalo Bills. Top 3 offensive mind in the game in Sean McVay, and maybe the most talented arm-wise quarterback of this generation. If you're exclusively talking about a pocket passer,
Cannon.
Matthew Stafford is a dude.
Cannon.
So Odell got so much to prove because now it's all on you, Odell. See, when we was in college, Sel, people would be chirping, they'd be chirping, trying to get in a fight. They'll be about that action. All we would do is this. We called the locker room the storm. Take it to the storm. Take it to the storm. What? Take it to the storm.
What's about to do in the storm?
Because in the storm is, stop all that talking. Just go to the locker room and fight. Just go to the locker room and
hold on. At Texas, so we walking around campus, and then I'm like, I bump into somebody. Take it to the storm.
Take it to the storm.
Who? Like a student or another teammate? Oh, I'm about to say, God dang.
You ain't taking no students to the storm. They can't get in the facility. But a beat gonna drop out of nowhere. Hey. Take it to the storm. Okay, right?
Damn.
But here the kicker.
I'm glad I ain't go to Texas.
When you got to the storm, it ain't time to talk. It's only time for action. Odell Beckham, you took it to the storm. And the storm is now SoFi. The storm is now Los Angeles. We've always blamed all these other people, but now it's time for action. Because what I know is this. So many people talk like they was ready to fight, but then you get into the storm and you realize, oh, they weren't not fighting because they were in public. They weren't avoiding physical confrontation because they were outside of Ken 398. No, they really just not trying to fight.
They ain't trying to do that.
And when you got to the storm, you realized what really was the causation of them not being about that action. Odell Beckham, now that you in SoFi, we about to find out what is really the causation of the statistical decline. Is it Baker Mayfield, or is it just because you physically ain't still about that action?
Wow.
Take it to the storm.
Tell me, somebody ever take you to the storm?
No.
Oh, here you go. You were just a beat maker. You were just a producer. You over here, Puffy, take it to the storm. You ain't never fought. You shook. Well, I would have fought just to go in the storm. You know I ain't a fighter. But I have seen some people fight before. And like you said, man, when you hear the intro to a fight, you know they ain't really trying to fight. It's an NBA fight right here. What? Push. You ain't trying to fight because ain't nothing between y'all but air An opportunity,
big
right?
dog.
And guess what? There goes the air. I just sucked it in. Now it's just opportunity. Here's the problem for Odell. He can't even fight like he wants to in the storm. They got one of his hands tied behind his back because they said, hey, we're in here. Let's go. It's about that action. But is there opportunity for Odell Beckham Jr.? Air and opportunity. And I don't see it for him in this offense right now. The Rams needed balance to really show that they're going to be the top contender in the NFC or NFL if they're going to win it all. They needed to address the running game. Instead, they sharpened their sword. They sharpened what they were already sharp at in terms of the passing game. So now Odell Beckham Jr. comes in there, and imagine if you're Odell. Imagine this frustration that's going to grow from hello. He gets off the private jet. I already know how this honeymoon's going to come to an end real fast. And I love Odell. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. When you get off the private jet and you got the, the little pink, whatever, Louis bag or whatever, there's probably something richer than that. And then you giving the hugs to the people you just met. Oh, this is them roses. You better pick them up now because they ain't going to be there for long. You hugging dudes you don't even know. That's the assistant equipment manager. You don't know that dude. You dapping them up. Everybody loving you, right? Then you going to get on that field. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I guarantee this is going to happen. You're going to watch Cooper Kupp run it. Hey, I need a 10-yard cut. Cooper's first in line because he's Cooper Kupp. Fast, good footwork, sick. Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods next. He's like, hey, I've been here longer than you, Odell. I know you better than me, but hey, bro, it's me. No. Okay, Robert Woods, okay, technically sound, looking good. And there's going to be a difference because it's Odell Beckham's turn. And there's going to be a difference. The same thing I learned in the locker room when we were watching Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders. I give it to you like this. Coach said, hey, up to this point, we've been going against a lot of good players, a lot of fast players. Let me show you blurry. Put on Barry Sanders. And we were like, is he fast forward in this film? Ain't no way that man is moving like that in real time. He's like, no, that's him. There's a difference between fast and blurry. Cooper Kupp, quick, fast. Robert Woods, quick, kind of fast. Odell, blurry. And here's the frustration. Now, about that action, boss. Everybody see it. Aaron Donald over there. Damn, Odell's sick. Odell freaky. Matthew Stafford, ooh, this is special. And then we're going to get to game day. And Cooper Kupp going to be looking like this. Don't play Matthew Stafford. Robert Woods going to be like, don't play Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford is also going to rely on what he's been conditioned to do. This offense is second. This offense is great at passing. I don't see where he's going to all of a sudden say, Odell, it's your turn, to the point where Odell gets to satisfy all of his full potential. It's just not enough opportunity for Odell to go out there and flex like he needs to.
Sal, let me speak to you from my greatest concern, my greatest worry.
Let's go.
My biggest fear is that Odell Beckham might be like Soulja Boy instead of Jay-Z.
Okay, now you about to get the internet on fire because Soulja Boy.
Remember Soulja Boy came out there, we was all cranking that. We was all cranking that. So many people was kissing them through the phone. 678-999-8212. So many people was hopping out the bed, turning their swag on.
Oh, what do you say? G5G?
Banger.
Boom.
Banger.
Soulja
came out there.
I love that song. Woo!
And we still ride them bangers.
Hell yeah. Soulja.
But right now with Soulja, we live off memories. We live off memories.
Don't do this.
Now, if we hear it, we're going to crank it, but we still live off memories.
Don't do this.
Jay-Z, Black Album, disappeared for a minute, but boy, when he came back, came back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Right now, Odell is somewhere between Soulja, somewhere between Jay.
Sugar.
It's like, are you going to come back and give us some heat, or are we going to have to live off that three-finger catch versus the Dallas Cowboys on prime time
don't do that.
for the rest of our life? Because, Odell, we all banking on your talent. At least I am. I've been thinking that Odell Beckham was the greatest thing since sliced bread, mainly because he dropped 170 yards on me when I was in Philly and he had 2 touchdowns. But for me, Odell's the greatest of greats.
Yeah.
But big dog now, I don't want to be cranking that for the rest of my life. Now, I don't want to be human when I'm 40. Okay, I was human at 20. I don't want to be human at 40, Sal. I need something else. I need something else. I don't want an encore. Do I want more? I need another grandiose performance, Odell Beckham. And he got to prove he's still good for it. He got to prove he still got it.
Golly. Man, that's a take. That is amazing. I didn't think that he's either one of them because Soulja Boy has had so much influence, and people give him so many praises and flowers. And Jay-Z is like, come on, man. Who is Jay-Z? Tom Brady? Like, what the hell is Odell? Like, what are we talking about, Jerry Rice?
But don't you think Odell could have, that was a trajectory He was the trajectory of Tom Brady of wide receivers, Jay-Z of hip-hop.
He was beyond them. He had the best numbers of any receiver in his first 3 years ever. Ever, including Jerry Rice. Ever, including Randy Moss. Ever. To me, he's more Hammer. I'm going to give you, now I don't know, damn, you wasn't here with Hammer. You wasn't here when, let's put it in the mix. Hammer hit the scene. Boom. Commercials, yes. Cartoons, yes. Action figures, yes. Concerts sold out, yes. Selling every damn album, Diamond, all that, yes. And then he came out again, and we was like, that ain't the same, but it's still Hammer.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, he said, let me switch it up. And now that's the Rams. So first album in New York Giants, right? Killing. Then the second album was like Cleveland. I don't know about that. Third one, he got hard. Bumps in the butt and all that. And then we like, nah, we good. Next thing you know, he on Death Row Records. And we like, oh, now we really done lost you, Hammer. It looks like Odell right now is on Death Row Records with the Rams. We might lose Odell Beckham Jr., not because he's not better than, not because he's not good enough. It's because I don't think this situation is written for him. This is not the album for him. This is not the team for him. But we'll see, because Odell, you got a whole lot to prove. Soldier Boy? Soldier. Coming up. That song's still top 10. Shut up. Dak Prescott says all teams get fired up to play America's team. Boy, you a fool. We'll tell you if we have a problem with his comments next.
Take it to the storm.
Speak for yourself. Why you never play on Fox? Zeke and the Cowboys take on Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Or the Vikings take on Justin Herbert and my Chargers. Check local listings for the game in your area. Only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Speaking of the Cowboys, they're trying to bounce back. I said bounce back from a blowout loss to the Broncos. Next up is a home game against the streaking Falcons team. Sunday on Fox. Dak Prescott's squad still has the #1 total offense in the league, but he knows there will not be any let-up against any team. Take a listen.
What motivating factor do you think the Cowboys name has for other teams when they have to line up against you?
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. America's team, when you play in a organization like this, I mean, you're the most watched team on television. You know other teams look at it, other fans look at it, they circle it on their calendar. Other teams look at it and they know that they're going to come in and we know we're going to get everybody's best shot. But I know if you ask me or if you ask anybody else in this building, we wouldn't want it any other way.
Acho, you have a problem with Dak's "We're America's team" comments?
Yeah, so I got a huge problem with it for a couple reasons. Number one, let others praise you. Don't necessarily praise yourself. You and I talk about this at least once a week, if not once a month. I always say I'd rather have somebody call me to the high table, call me to the table of higher-ranking officials than send me down from it.
Yeah.
Why are you calling yourself America's team? My dog, big bro, you show me love oftentimes. You cut me down sometimes, but you show me love oftentimes. Emiacho, two-time, etc. I don't refer to myself as Emiacho. Now, I'll let my dogs do that. Shout out, salute, thank you. But it'd be awkward. LeBron James might hashtag King James, but he's not sitting at the podium, well, you know I'm King James, and the way that the king would move and speak. So, Dak, to call yourself for this team, America's team, let other people do that. The media do that. Let me do that. Let Sale do that. But the second you start doing it to yourself, number one, it just sounds kind of odd. And two, it just puts the cart before the horse, if you will. Like, the term America's team was coined in 1978. That was America's team. Oh, this 2021 Cowboys, y'all have to prove consistently day in and day out that you are the team that America has the affinity and the affection for. My last reason I got a problem with it, it's almost as though they're trying to find a scapegoat for that loss to the Broncos. It seems distant at this point in time, that embarrassing 30-0 deficit in the fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. But, you know, we get everybody's best shot. Y'all didn't get the Broncos' best shot. Y'all just didn't give the Broncos your best shot. That is why you got embarrassed. So don't attribute a unprecedented loss to, well, you know, we're America's team. We're going to get everybody's best shot. No. Y'all played bad on that day. It happens. Y'all probably going to rebound, beat up on the Falcons this week, and it's all good. But don't start saying, oh, it's because we're America's team and everybody gives us their best shot.
A take that I would tell MJ was that what you just said. Let others praise you. Don't you have to go out there and praise yourself. I have no problem with what Dak said. I have no problem with the comments, we're America's team. But I will agree with you here. Some things are better unsaid. Like, right, there's sometimes where you just don't need to say it. It's already said by looking at you. And this is one of those moments, maybe. But I know where Dak is coming from. I wore the star. And I wore the star coming down the hill, and it still felt like I was on top of the mountain. Dog, when you're a Dallas Cowboy, to this day, I go to schools all the time and talk to the kids. Oh, man, who's the big old guy? Okay, he played football in the NFL. Oh, how much money you make? What kind of car you drive? I'm like, damn, these kids ain't gonna make it. And that's all the questions y'all got. And then they're like, who you play for? You ain't got Google? Okay, so then I say Buffalo Bills. Then I say San Diego Chargers, LA Chargers now. Oh, yeah, they up here now. Then I say Dallas Cowboys. I can't calm them down. What? He played for the Cowboys. All of a sudden, can I get your autograph? I'm like, wait a minute, dog. That was my worst year, dog. What y'all talking about? But the point being, when you got the star on your helmet, everything else is brighter. Not just to you, to others who see you. And they want some of that shine from that bright star. Look at this situation here. Basically, you mad because it's the pretty girl saying she's pretty. You imagine going to the bar, you're like, hey, bartender, I know, let me get 2. I ain't gonna drink one. 7 Up for me, I'm macho. And drink it, okay. And he's like, yeah, so how you doing? And she's like, oh, it's amazing out here. I'm just getting a lot of attention here tonight, really pretty. And wait a minute, bartender, you can have that back, refund, rebate. That's what Dak did. And you know that feels a little distasteful, but then let's be real. What's so wrong about that? Okay. Everything you did told her she was pretty. Everything that Dak has gone through tells him he got a football field in his backyard. He wears the star, and he's the quarterback of the America's team, America's franchise. He knows when we go against everybody else, we getting it. We getting all of their energy, all of their focus. It's just like when you win a championship, you got the bullseye on your back. Well, when you got the star on your helmet, it feels the same way. What's so wrong about saying what everybody else is responding to?
I love that. I couldn't love that take more. What's wrong about it is if other people don't feel it. I've been with the pretty girl who says she's pretty, and I'm thinking to myself, you ain't that bad now. It's just, I just look so good that everybody's just, all these men are just always checking for me. Don't get it twisted.
Well, why you in her ear then? If everybody ain't checking for you, are you bored? Are you bored? Are you like her heels?
I was bored. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Like, you nice, but you ain't that nice.
That character, I need your character. I wasn't there, Acho. You ain't, hold on. There's 400 people at the club, whatever club you at.
Yes, sir.
And you talking to her? Why? It's like, this, why?
Couple reasons.
Don't you say you that bored.
They nice and they proximal. They nice and they within proximity. So the Cowboys are. Cowboys are nice. 6-2, 2 losses on the season. Yeah. They nice.
They really nice.
They nice. But what? They ain't just the baddest in the club. That's the Arizona Cardinals right now.
Facts.
Not the baddest in the club. It's the Tennessee Titans right now. Not the baddest in the club. That's still the Packers with Rodgers present. Still the Bucks. So you sit here like, it's just because I look that good. Yeah, but the Bucks look better. Brady looked good too. Kyler, when he's healthy, he looked good too. You know what I'm saying?
Give me a round, bartender.
So that's my biggest issue with Dak Prescott saying it is like, we're almost looking like, are you America's team? Y'all are America's team by captivation, but you're not necessarily America's team by compensation or compensation of performance. Yeah, we still gonna talk about you, but we're gonna talk about you even if you lose. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
We talking about the Cowboys just we talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We're not always praising you. It's like, not all comments or not all engagement is positive engagement, big bro.
Oh, that's real. That's real. Look, being handsome, Ivy League graduate.
I didn't go to an Ivy League.
I'm talking about me. All pro bowler, co-host killer. Been in the game 2 decades strong, killing the game. Highest paid player when I was active. See, that sounds so like, ugh. I'm like, fool, that was a record. So that was a resume. Like, it's sad. I ran track, and the thing I love most about track, because I really hated it, like the anxiety of it, everybody's watching you, you ain't got no excuses. Like, football I could hide. Like, I had 3 touchdowns a day. Y'all ain't watched the other 70 plays, did y'all, when I was growing up? But running track, 100 meters, 400 meters, my mama and daddy were looking dead at me and everybody else, and I used to feel like, damn, all these eyeballs, crazy. But then you go out there, and I was fast, so I would win. And then they give you a medal. I love track because it ain't like football. You gotta wait till the end of the season, get your 1 trophy. Track, that day you get your medals from the events you ran. You're on the podium, you get your first place medal. And you know what I hated the most? That when you won your medal, you got looked at differently, or people are like, when you wore your medal. Like, they want you to put it on, say it, take pictures, and then give it to mama, give it to daddy, put it away in the bag. Why? I won this. Why I can't wear this? All I'm saying is if you the Cowboys, you know that you got to wear what you already got, which is America's team as a label in terms of marketing, in terms of franchise value, in terms of attention. Anything happens in Dallas, it's going to be through the megaphone. Everyone's going to talk about it, whether it's good or bad. So why can't he wear what already this team has won? And what they've won is at least the moniker of America's team. You don't want to go there? You don't want to go there? You sure? All right. Staying with the Cowboys, don't miss your chance to win $100,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. You're just mad because you didn't play for the Cowboys. You grew up in Dallas. That's all that is. Scan the QR code, download the app, and play along with us. Going to help you win Terry's money right now. Falcons, Cowboys, one of the matchups. So, Acho, who will win? How many points?
Cowboys will rebound, not because they're America's team, just because they're a better team than the Atlanta Falcons. Cowboys by 6.
Man, Cowboys by 3. They're going to rebound, but it's going to be a little... Falcons rolling a little bit right now. They got offense, too. Fox Bet Super 6 has given away over $5.5 million, and you could be the next jackpot winner. Download the app, pick out the outcomes of 6 NFL games for your shot to win Terry's money. Don't miss out. It's free to play. Coming up, Aaron Rodgers, 6 feet, Aaron, 6 feet, could be back for the Packers this weekend. We'll tell you if Sunday's a must-win game for Green Bay's quarterback. That's next on Speak for Yourself. Let's get to Green Bay. All signs are pointing to Aaron Rodgers being back on Sunday against the Seahawks after his very well-publicized positive COVID-19 test. Matt LaFleur says Rodgers has been participating in every meeting, and they're pretty confident if he's cleared by tomorrow, he'll play at a high level. So, Acho, is Sunday a must-win game for Aaron Rodgers?
Absolutely it is. And it's not a must-win game in the sense of making the playoffs, but Aaron Rodgers, you done caused so much of a ruckus that you better come out here and win this game.
Oh.
Point blank, period. Heather told me this on the call. I ain't loved a quote more a day in my life.
Like that?
If you a diva, you better be able to sing. If you a diva, boy, you better be able to sing.
Boy, that boy got talent. That boy
and
got
Aaron Rodgers is a diva of all divas. So, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da. You better come out there singing, Aaron Rodgers, and you better make that football sing, too. I'm talking 4 touchdowns, no picks, 300 yards. I'm talking 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. Because Aaron Rodgers, you a diva, but if you a diva, you better be able to come out there and sing.
Go to war.
So, you need to win this game, not for playoff standings, not for Super Bowl standings, not for Super Bowl implications, not for playoff and Super Bowl implications, but you need to do it to quiet down the noise, quiet down the ruckus. Aaron Rodgers, you are a headache, period.
Damn.
You a headache, but some headaches are worth it. And Aaron Rodgers, you have proven to be a worthy headache.
Oh, man.
Right? You know, some dudes are a nuisance. We've all had dudes on our team, particularly I did in college, where it's like, yo, this dude drove into a building and pushed the car out the building himself, and nobody found out. That did happen.
That happened?
Yeah, but
Did
he was a tall guy.
It didn't get out?
No.
Just now it did, but let me hear that.
Like,
God dang.
We have some headaches.
Yeah.
But boy, they ain't gonna give you 3.5 sacks against
boy.
They was gonna come out there against Texas A&M and knock somebody's helmet off. They was gonna be worth that headache. Aaron Rodgers has forever and ever been worth the headache. Once again, he has to prove his value. Because if you're gonna prove you a headache, prove to me that you can also be the remedy for the headache. Boy, you better come out there and win.
Oh, man. Damn. Such a good take. I want to agree with you, but I can't. Oh, man. Let's just say this is not a must-win game on any level. We already know mathematically it's not a must-win game for them in their playoff aspirations. But also, let's just talk about in terms of the controversy. It's not a must-win game. I'll remind you that Aaron Rodgers, as you want to call him a diva, I like to say that Aaron Rodgers just dances to the beat of his own drum, right? And he beats the hell out of that drum. Like, that's the neighbor in the apartment building. You're like, dog, can't move, can't shut them up because I don't own this, they don't own this, and they just going to keep you up all night. And you know what? It's not about Aaron Rodgers being a diva. Because you said if you're a diva, you must
Better be able to sing.
Must know how to sing, right? If you're really a diva, it's not like you question if I can sing. It's when I want to sing is the real conversation. And Aaron Rodgers, I don't know, had an offseason full of controversy and drama. And then week 1 came around, right? And you said, diva, sing. And diva said, no, I sing when I want to. I start singing in week 2. Week 1, lay egg. 38-3, lay egg. Diva went out there and said, I throw the ball in the dirt. What was the passer rating, 35? I don't give a damn about y'all. They come to see me, Eddie Ruffin or something like that, right? So the point is, you can't tell this diva or ask this diva, sing. It's when the diva wants to sing. Aaron Rodgers from week 1 on, what did he turn into? MVP candidate once again. Aaron Rodgers right now, I don't know how he's going to respond to this controversy, but just using his history and recent history against him, He may not ball this week. He's coming off of COVID. How did Cam Newton respond to coming off of COVID last year, physically? And then also, mentally, he already showed me I can have 6 months of controversy. Come in week 1, I'll do what I want to do. And then I'll turn it on when I need to turn it on. So I'm not sure if this is a must-win game for Aaron Rodgers, because I don't think that he is even thinking about singing that loud.
Marcel, just 13 days ago, the Packers were running the NFC. They had beat the best team in the NFC. Yeah. They were the 1 seed. That means they was getting the only bye that is possible to be gotten in the conference. Mm-hmm. Well, now, 13 days later, Packers got 2 losses. And if Aaron Rodgers comes out and loses this game, all of a sudden, rather than being the 1 seed, Packers are sitting there at the 4 seed. The 1 seed was there for the taking. Yeah. And Rodgers, you took it. But then you was more focused on being John Wick, growing your hair out, being some sort of Halloween comical superhero, some movie star, than you were being dedicated to your team. So just from a practical scheduling standpoint, you had the 1 seed in control. That grants you a bye week. You come out, don't handle business now, you sitting at the 4 seed more than likely. That hands you the Los Angeles Rams week 1 of the playoffs. The newly Odell Beckham Von Miller acquisitioning Los Angeles Rams. Even that thought alone says, hey, Rod, you got to win. But let me leave you another thought. So
leave me a thought.
Let me leave you one thought. There are going to be 2 quarterbacks on the field on Sunday for this game that we haven't seen in a while. One is Russell Wilson. The other is Aaron Rodgers. Now, we're going to see Russell Wilson. Man, so good to see Russell Wilson back on the field. Our memory is going to go to, well, where has he been? And we're going to think, broke his finger, fractured his finger, playing football, trying to lead his team back, been having surgeries, posting rehab videos, came back sooner than expected. Then we're going to see Aaron Rodgers. Oh, going to see Aaron Rodgers again. Wait, where has he been? Oh, you missed games because you was lying about COVID and then contracted COVID and then y'all lost to the Chiefs that are below average this year. Wait a second. So just that juxtaposition of remembering where Russell Wilson, the opposing team's quarterback, has been to where Aaron Rodgers has been will once again infuriate fans, Packers fans, I know more than anything. I think he got to handle business.
He ain't got to handle business, man. This dude different, bro. I have something that I diagnose called RTD. It's rap trigger diagnosis right here. And every time I hear a rap, you say, where you been? I've been getting money. Where the bump you been? Look, Aaron Rodgers is getting his regardless. Let me tell you why. When Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl, were they the number 1 seed?
No, sir.
When Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl, did he have a top scoring defense?
Top 5?
Yes,
sir.
They're ranked 6th right now. Aaron Rodgers knows that in front of him, they have the 5th easiest remaining schedule. Aaron Rodgers is sitting there like, you don't want the drummer just come off as soon as the song starts. And Aaron Rodgers is just going to make this song play the way he wants it to play. I think he wants to go out there and stick it to Russell Wilson, stick it to the Seahawks. They've had some memorable games over the years, and I think there's a little more energy for this game. But being real, he gets a mulligan. If he doesn't play well, we're going to look physically at first. Oh, what's his response to COVID? Oh, was this a abbreviated week for him in terms of workout and conditioning and practice schedule? If he doesn't go out there and play well, guess what? Aaron Rodgers is like, dog, I've been here before. I can hear it right now already. Relax. I can hear all of that stuff. We can't make a must-win for a guy like this, man. This dude's a maverick. And as we've seen through all of the controversies that he's created for himself, he kicks up the dust, takes it all in, and then spits it out, bruh. He's just a different dude.
So what's so interesting to me about the camel's back is that you never know which straw broke it. So we all just navigate our lives throwing the straws on the camel's back, throwing the straws on the camel's back. But then one straw ultimately breaks it. If you're Aaron Rodgers, you done thrown straws on the Packers' back. All season, don't want to go to voluntary workouts. I'll just wear a shirt that says I'm offended. I'll make complaints about who I want on this team. I'll catch COVID. I'll mislead the world about COVID. This loss might just be the straw that broke the camel's back. My last thought is more so a conversation with you. You've had 1, 2, 3 engagements. I don't count you. You've had 4 engagements. You got married the 4th time. So you were engaged 3 times. And
shout out to one of my exes, too. Because I saw her yesterday with my homeboy. I'll tell you off, Mike. It's all positive.
My question, Marcel, is this. I would assume you nor your ex realized what argument was it that was going to do it in.
Ooh.
There had to have been one argument, one thought, one word, one speech,
One thought.
one look, something that did y'all in. One text, one Instagram like. There was something that was like, you know what? That's the last straw. Aaron Rodgers might be pushing that one final straw cell, and that's why I'm like, if you're Rodgers, you done played with fire long enough. This loss potentially might be the one that burns you.
Okay, let me just get story time now since you want to go there. My first engagement, let's go there. Oh, man, there was a moment. Okay, so I got an advancement from my agent. You know, when you're still in college, but you're like, yo, I need a couple bucks. He gave me $10,000, right? I had $10,000 my senior year in college after our season. We finished at Columbia like in November. So December, I'm rich, right? And then I'm like, you know, I'm sitting there thinking of a master plan and ain't nothing but sweat inside my head. And I'm like, yo, what am I gonna do with this dough? I'm paid in full. And then I was like, yo, I'm gonna give my mama something. I'm gonna give my sister something. And I'm gonna give you something too, my girl. And she said, this was her response. I remember it like yesterday. It was the longest pause in the world on the phone. She said, yo, mama. And I said, oh. And that moment, I said, wait a minute. You don't want me to take care of Mama Bird? Oh, okay. And that moment, we stayed together for a couple more days, weeks, whatever. In my mind, it clicked off. All I'm saying is, Aaron Rodgers, he ain't holding the phone. He ain't checking to see how you're doing. He ain't sitting there and listening to you talk about straws on my back. Aaron Rodgers is like, look at me and look what I've done. Look what I will do for this team. There's nothing that he is carrying in terms of weight that's going to make him say, oh, my God, this is getting heavy. And there's nothing that the Packers can do to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers gotten everything he wants. He told them to rip up a deal and give me a new deal that makes sure I get out of here when I want to get out of here, not when you want to release me. What NFL you know does that? Coming up. Oh, I hope my Excellency. Lamar Jackson might be asking for a do-over after last night's loss. We'll tell you if it was a big deal or no deal. Next, on Speak for Yourself. Show this for your mama. Welcome back to Speak for Yourself. Joined now by Fox NFL analyst Bucky Brooks. Damn, that was funny. And make sure you check out his NFL midseason awards, which are out now on foxsports.com. All right, let's keep it moving with more jokes. Oh, my God, because the Ravens lost to the damn Dolphins. That was funny. Not. Last night are now 6-3. Come on, man. Lamar Jackson was held to under 300 total yards. Baltimore's 10 points were the fewest they've scored in Lamar's 46 starts. So, Acho, is it a big deal or no deal? The Ravens lost to the Dolphins.
You already know what I think, man. Fellas, I think it's a huge deal, Bucky Brooks. I've already talked to my dog Marcellus Wiley, so let me talk to you.
Let's go.
The reason I think it's a big deal, the Ravens played down to their competition. And not even talking about the Dolphins. The competition talking about the conference. The Ravens looked around and said, oh, Bills, y'all just lost to the Jaguars. Y'all ain't that good. Bengals, y'all were number one in the AFC just 2 weeks ago. But then y'all lost to the Jets. Then y'all got blown out by the Browns. Oh, y'all took your foot off the gas. So we, too, can take our foot off the gas. That's problematic for me, fellas. That's problematic for me, ladies and gentlemen, because character is what you do when no one else is watching, Bucky Brooks. Character, it is who you are when no one else is around. So your character should not be defined based upon what Marcellus is doing, what Bucky Brooks is doing. If Marcellus want to turn up at the club, I'm still going to be in my room.
You're right. You're right.
Bucky Brooks want to be out there throwing them back. I'm still going to be studying. Because that should just be who you're supposed to be, independent of everybody else. Ravens, I want them to be independently great. Just because the Bills took a week off don't mean you have to. Just because the Chargers took a couple weeks off and they took 2 L's unnecessarily don't mean you have to. Just because the Bengals took some weeks off doesn't mean you have to. I thought the Ravens were above this in the sense that I said they're the most veteran team. That's why I think they were most poised to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl at this junction in time. Veteran coach, veteran everything. But after last night, I'm a little concerned.
Well, I'm a lot concerned.
Let me a lot?
A lot.
Come on, bro.
A lot. Man, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Ooh.
And so what happens is when you are the Baltimore Ravens, you play a bad team like the Miami Dolphins, the one thing you're supposed to do is get them out the ring early. Don't mess around. Don't let this be a fourth quarter affair. They do all that hooping and hollering when they're at home. We seen it. We ready. Run right out and do what you're supposed to do. But what they did is they let the Miami Dolphins hang around. Then the Dolphins started hanging around, and that cover zero was giving them problems. Because when you're Brian Flores, the only reason you go into cover zero early is because it's out of desperation. That's not something that we're calling at the beginning of the game. Hey, man, we ain't got nothing to lose. Hey, dog, it's getting home. Oh, snap. Hey, Ancho, they can't get it. So then, you know what you got? You got defense coach. Run that back.
Yep.
And so now they ran it back, 24 DBs blitzing off the edge?
24 times DBs blitzed off the edge.
24 times.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, I've played a lot of football. I've been around a lot. When they are calling a zero blitz that many times, it's either out of desperation or they feel like they got you. And so they took that game plan from the Cincinnati Bengals, who also did it.
Facts.
So now, okay, I've seen the Bengals do it and have success. And look, they blew the Ravens out. Saw the Dolphins have success. So you know what everyone's doing now. Hey, dog, when we see Baltimore, we're rolling. So I'm worried because they didn't have an answer. It's tough.
Man, stop. Give me the opening statement you made again. The way you do anything is the way you do everything.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
It's a bar now.
Oh, it's a bar, yeah. And I'm drunk right now off of that madness. I'm not worried. Let me tell you why I'm not worried. We're going to get philosophical up in here now. Acho had a post yesterday on Instagram, and I commented on that post, and then I took it down because I said, I'm going to say that comment for this show. Here it comes.
I already saw it.
What was your post? Do you remember?
The ethos of it was very simple, that there's enough on the table for everybody to win. Be happy when other people win because there's enough to go around for everyone.
And everybody, you know, it's enough. Everybody wins.
We all can eat.
We all can eat, and that's a damn lie. We all can't win. We all can't, because a winner creates a loser. Just in the very nature of it. Now, I'm going to get biblical up in here now, because
I like that.
Because I remember reading the story of Adam and Eve, and the thing I took away from it, and one thing that my pastor has helped me distill, is that we live in a relative world, but we talk in absolutes. Like Bucky just started off, and it's absolute. The way you do anything, or how you do anything is the way you do everything. Success is not linear. And let's not act like it is. Nothing you've ever done, you've done perfectly all the time. Not a single accomplishment ever in your life has come from you just taking a step forward every time. 2 steps forward, 1 back. 2 forward, 3 back. 3 back, 3 back, 9 forward. Point being, it's a roller coaster ride, and that's why perseverance is such a major attribute. The team that's going to win the Super Bowl is going to be the team that perseveres. But that's also the same team that went through something. So in this world right now, this is why people have so much anxiety and stress and all these other issues, is because a lot of times you are told, or you're telling yourself, all these absolutes. Like, man, if I don't go out there and do all, just do something and continue on the pace and the projection to what your goal is. Is this team disqualified from anything yesterday? Nope. So they can still achieve every single goal. But since we live in a world where we got to talk in absolutes, all of a sudden we got to look like the sky is falling in Baltimore, when we know damn well that this team right here with 3 losses and Lamar Jackson at quarterback still could go out there and hoist that Lombardi. So I hate to go too deep on you, Bucky, but the way you do anything and everything ain't all of that.
No, here's my thing, though, Sel. Some dudes, some people, some women, some men, some whoever, some athletes, you just think that they shouldn't be able to get touched by other athletes.
Oh,
I'm
really?
talking about this, Bucky Brooks. Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs last year, since Cleveland Browns. Mahomes gets knocked out. But the Chiefs were so good, it did not matter, Browns, what you did. We are going to beat you because we are just that much better than you. Track and field, I won't stay here long, but y'all are my track and field brethren. Usain Bolt. Even if he don't get out the blocks, it does not matter, Gatlin. It does not matter, Asafa Powell. It does not matter, Tyson Gay. I'm so good that even if I'm not great, I'm still going to beat you because you can't touch me. That's where I thought the Ravens were. Like, the Ravens were so good, and at least relative, because everything is relative, not absolute.
There you go.
Relative to the Miami Dolphins, the Ravens were so good that even Dolphins, if y'all have a great day and I got an average day, y'all still can't touch me. We saw the Detroit Lions come out here to Los Angeles. Had a great day against the Rams, especially early on. Touchdown, second possession of the game. Recover a surprise onside kick. Let's go, Lions. But the Rams are so good, especially relative to the Lions. It didn't matter, Lions. That was cute. Jared Goff, kudos. Dan Campbell, congrats. Y'all still taking this L. I'm worried, Sel, because wait a second. Ravens, you shouldn't be able to lose to the Dolphins, because in the playoffs, there likely will be no Dolphins. There will be Steelers, there will be Browns, there will be Patriots, there will be Bills, but there aren't going to be no Dolphins. If you can lose to the Dolphins, I'm just worried that means you can catch an L to anybody.
It does. And the quote that, I didn't even know I was coming up here dropping bars. Sometimes it just happens. Y'all maybe come up here like it's Freestyle Friday and it just pops out. It just pops out. So what I was doing, I wasn't necessarily speaking in absolutes. I was speaking about habits. And so since you're a track guy and we're talking about working out and we're going out there and we're doing the 400 and we're running the 400 and say we're in a track meeting. So I run the first 360. I'm getting after it. And all of a sudden, Acho passes me one day at workouts. Okay, it's no big deal. I'm just working out. But then let's say another week goes by and then Acho is beginning to pass me again at the end. So now when we get in the race, and we're doing it, the habit that Acho has is, I'm going to let him get out, but don't worry about it. I can reel him in. And so what the Ravens have now done is they've given others confidence that, don't worry about them. We can take care of them because we have a chance. And so we talk about part of being a champion, and if you are one of those top teams, is don't give them a reason as to why they can beat us. And so now the Ravens have opened up the door for everyone to feel like, hey, we got an answer. We can take care of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson isn't this mythical superhero anymore because we just saw him on Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins lose his cool because he only could get his team 10 points. So now everybody begins to feel like, number 8, he's a mere mortal. And when you're superhero, your superpowers are taken away. You ain't a superhero no more.
Oh, golly, we going to war up in here. Human chess match. Let's go. I remember Baker Mayfield had 10 points, and then the next week he goes out there, what do you have, 40-plus points? And that's Baker Mayfield. That ain't Lamar Jackson. Come on, y'all. Let's stop playing with this. Lamar Jackson was playing with his food. The Ravens were playing with their food to the point that you brought up in practice. Lamar and the Ravens have 3 double-digit comebacks this year, right? So they kind of were like, it's Miami, and we down, whatever. And then all of a sudden they realized, that's the finish line. We just passed it, and we lost. We got silver on today. Okay, lesson learned. Let me tell you why y'all shouldn't slight the Miami Dolphins as much as I think you're slighting them. Let's look at the NFL's history. What is this, Super Bowl 56 right here in L.A.? Something like, no one ever knows, no player ever knows this, right? Every time you're like, what Super Bowl? I don't know, dog. I ain't in it. So Super Bowl 56, right? How many teams, let's just use regular season, have went perfect through the regular season? 2 in history, right? 72 Dolphins and the Patriots, right? How many have won the Lombardi Trophy, the Super Bowl championship, and never lost a game?
Okay, 1.
Okay. So that means every single champion, especially in the modern era, has been touched. Y'all forget that the Miami Dolphins are in the same weight class as the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they don't have the belts on, like the Baltimore Ravens don't have belts on, but they're all black belts, just different degrees. So you get into a fight with somebody and they're your size, but you know you can whoop them, be careful. They will throw haymakers. And those haymakers, if they connect, like you said, cover 0. Early in the game, that's a haymaker, bro. But guess what? It connected with them, and they got put to sleep. It's okay, but you will wake up and realize, let me go back and get these skills sharp.
Here's my thing, fellas. It's not that you got touched. It's how you got touched.
How?
I was second row. Usman fight, UFC 268 last weekend. Y'all remember that? And I was watching some fights. I don't think I can go back because they be out there throwing hands. I don't be throwing no hands.
Take it to the storm.
Take it to the storm. What? So I'm watching this fight, Bucky Brooks, and Covington was getting got. Usman was two-piecing him, three-piecing him, etc. Usman was getting touched too, but he was not feeling none of them touches. Like, Covington would throw a blow. He would land a right jab. He would land a right straight. He would land a left hook. But Usman wouldn't even flinch. At the end of every bell, Covington's eyes just blood. Usman just walking back like he about to go eat another plate of rice and stew. So as I look at it, and he did on the plane back. It's crazy.
I ain't talking to you.
As I look at it, Sel, it's not that the Ravens got touched. Because every team might get touched up a little bit. Bills got touched up a little bit. Rams got touched up a little bit. But it's who touched you and how did they get you? The Titans, the Cardinals, they touched up the Rams. That's acceptable. Those are the best teams in their conferences. But the Dolphins hit you with a knockout blow? Where they do that at, Marcellus? Well, like the Dolphins, they shouldn't be able to even land that's Logan Paul fighting Mayweather. Like they shouldn't even be able to land nothing.
That
on
is not Logan Paul may be a professional by the loosest interpretation of professional fighter. But come on, man. That ain't a dude who grew up like a Mayweather, really tested, really
Wouldn't
a fighter.
you have said,
those not the same level.
After watching the Dolphins lose 6 consecutive games,
Yeah.
2 was in, 2 was out. Dolphins get embarrassed on Monday, on Thursday, any night football gonna get played, the Dolphins was getting embarrassed. They were looking very Logan Paul-ish. They were looking very like pedestrian-ish. Meanwhile, the Ravens, you go out there, you beat the Colts in overtime, prime time, come back from behind. Like, the Ravens were looking very competent. So to me, it's just, it can't happen.
It can't happen. And I know this you're a young fella, so you may not know Mike Tyson, but when Mike Tyson was the guy, Mike Tyson would come out in all black and just come in there with the towel, just run over the ring. Look, in college, we would be there, hey, hurry up and get your drink because it's going to be over. So Buster Douglas comes on. I was like, oh, man, why are we even watching this? Go out, let's do this. And then what happened? We get into the ring and
cover zero. Cover zero. Cover zero.
And then before you know it, Mike Tyson's on the thing and he's trying to find the mouth.
Oh, that hurt.
But that's not the part of it. Because what Buster Douglas did is he knocked off the mystique. And then who started coming after that? I think I saw Evander Holyfield. I saw Lennox Lewis get him a couple times. Because once Buster Douglas knocked off Mike Tyson's mystique, he was never the same. So I'm just not saying that, hey, Lamar Jackson is no longer that bad man. But I am saying he looked like a mere mortal last night because of what the Dolphins did. And that will encourage a host of others to see if he got that glass jaw.
The only thing that's wrong with that example is Mike Tyson, in part, was built off that mystique, built off that aura, right? Like, cats was shook going into the ring with them. That's not the Baltimore Ravens. Like, cats are not scared of the Baltimore Ravens. They get hit by the Baltimore Ravens like, God, dog, that running attack. Man, Lamar could pass better than advertised. They get beat by the Baltimore Ravens more times than not, but it's not a mystique thing with them. So they're not built on that, so that's meaning they're not going to be lost without that mystique. This is the problem with the Baltimore Ravens right now. I will admit some of this. They just looked around, as Acho kind of said earlier. They looked around and said, what's going on in the world? Oh, teams are just taking L's. It's a roller coaster ride right here. Oh, let's just strap in. Let's get on the roller coaster ourselves. Because I know this about culture. And Acho, I know you guys want to act like, hey, Wiley went to the club, but I'm sleeping. Oh, Wiley went out. Oh, I'm reading. Oh, Wiley went out. I'm studying. Man, stop. We all a part of a culture, whether it's your culture, teammates' culture, NFL culture. Culture is not just what's rewarded. It's what's penalized as well. It's not all these sayings, determination, desire, and all that. It's like, dog, what's happening? What's the real results of this, right? And nobody can lie. The Baltimore Ravens knew if we lose this game at a certain point, what's that mean? Nothing. We still could be who we want to be. You know why? Look at the Patriots when they won the Super Bowl. 5-11 Jaguars. What were y'all saying then when they lost to them? 6-10 Lions. Oh, you shouldn't lose to that. Man, this is the NFL. Everybody knows that, dog, the chances of you going unscathed, 0. Now, what can we do? Everything. That's the absolute you should have ran with. Coming up, who has more pressure? Damn, I poured it. On them this season, Cam Newton or Odell Beckham Jr.? We'll answer that next on Speak for Yourself.
The Packers host the Seahawks on Sunday, and both teams could have their superstar quarterbacks back. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur thinks Aaron Rodgers can play at a high level if he gets cleared tomorrow, while Russell Wilson is coming off surgery on his finger. He says he's, quote, not 100% yet, but he's pretty dang close. You know Russ don't cuss. Yes, so dang. Sal,
go Hawks.
Who got more at stake on Sunday? Is it Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
Oh, it's Russell Wilson. Not only just his own individual play and how he's going to perform and respond to the injury, but also the team's fate is on the line. Like, if Aaron Rodgers and Packers lose, they 7-3. Russell Wilson and them, they 3-5 right now. Y'all go out there and go 3-6. It's a wrap. This is an opportunity for Russell Wilson to come back, return to form, but also stay alive, even though they're still going to be on life support. But if they lose this game, it's a wrap. And remember, Russell Wilson has never had a losing season. Russell Wilson now is in certain danger of now having a losing season. You look at Aaron Rodgers over there. I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers still loosely in the MVP conversation. Are we going to disqualify him because he didn't play? You disqualify when you have subpar performances. And we've only seen one subpar performance from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers still has a contender in his team, number 2 in terms of their record, 7-2. So you respect what Aaron Rodgers is go out there and do. What is Aaron Rodgers? MVP candidate on a great team. What is Russell Wilson? Not an MVP candidate on a bad team. So guess what? More pressure and more at stake for you, Russell Wilson.
Man, I think it's Rodgers selling, not so much because of football matters, not because obviously the Packers have a better record than the Seahawks, but within the locker room, within the organization, within the NFL, people are looking at Russell Wilson like a hero.
Really?
Like, man, think about it. He gets hurt trying to lead them on a drive to come back. As corny as we want to call Russell Wilson for going through his 2-minute drills pre-game, he's still going through the mock simulation of a game for when he does come back.
I love it.
And now he comes back even earlier than his timeline supposed because he got injured in battle. That's who Russell Wilson is. Aaron Rodgers is being perceived as a villain, at least by the media, definitely by me, and I would assume by some in his locker room. Like, wait, A-Rod, you didn't play because you weren't willing to get a vaccination that the majority of us got? Because in the locker room, the majority of them Packers players are vaccinated. So they did what they had needed to do for the sake of the team. But Aaron Rodgers, you didn't want to do that. Okay, that's fine to a degree. Your prerogative. But 2 things need to happen. Number 1, be truthful. Number 2, don't test positive. And not don't test positive because we're not in the middle of a global pandemic, but football players don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear how rough the tide is. Just bring the ship to dock. And Aaron Rodgers, now you're going to miss time. Within the locker room, I think there's more at stake for Rodgers because if you come out here and lose, Packers teammates are looking at Rodgers like, come on, bro, you cost us the first game of the season against the Saints because you weren't prepared. Cost us a game against the Chiefs because you were hurt. And now Jordan Love could only get us 7 points. And now you're going to cost us this game against the Seahawks. Meanwhile, even if Russell Wilson loses, the reason he is playing because he overcame an injury. Aaron Rodgers, if they lose, well, the reason he was playing because, well, he came back because he got COVID, though we thought he was vaccinated, but he was actually just immunized. It's different narratives at play.
Yes, I'm glad you said narratives. You're talking about a story. I'm talking substance. I'm talking more than just sizzle. I'm talking about what it all adds up to be. The ends justify the means, right? We got to get to that place. I'm going to give you a story, and I'm going to leave this name out because this is not a story that really is going to show him in a glowing light. I had a teammate. We had conditioning. This dude was a baller. We had conditioning one day, and he was sitting in his car drinking some Hennessy before conditioning, smoking a black before conditioning, and we walking by like, dog, come on, man, we go. I'll get there. Showed up late and ran circles around everybody. Same teammate had other indiscretions, let's just say. But you know what? Coaches turned a blind eye. Players didn't say nothing. And if we do say something, we're going to keep his name anonymous because he kept balling out. Say what you want about Aaron Rodgers and his lying ass, and Aaron Rodgers and his 6 feet keep away, and the John Wick and all of this conspiring to do these things. At the end of the day, what's the repercussions? None, because he is going to give you what you want most. Ball. And that's what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. Ball out. Coming up, Rams added more star power with Odell Beckham Jr. We'll tell you if the Super Bowl or bust for his new team. That's next on Speak for Yourself. Chargers, Rams. Chargers, Rams. It's clear the Rams are all in on getting to the Super Bowl this season in their own stadium. They traded for Von Miller last week and added Odell Beckham Jr. yesterday. They have the 3rd best odds to win the whole thing, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. So, Acho, is it Super Bowl or bust for the Rams?
Yes, and absolutely. The Rams don't have a first-round pick till 2024. So just by nature of looking at the Rams' future draft capital, you got to get it done right now. Furthermore, the Rams are assembling a team like, what was it, the 03 Lakers, assembling a team like the 2021 Lakers, a team of very talented players once upon a time. But do they still have that level of talent? We going to find out. I think Von Miller's still a dude. I think Odell Beckham is still a dude. But we got to find out. They got to prove it to us.
Yeah.
Are they studs? Are they duds? That's the question on the floor. So for me, got to be Super Bowl or bust sell because you going all in. We know you going all in. You pushed all your chips to the table. Von Miller, Odell Beckham, Matthew Stafford, all within a 7-month period. You going to acquire all them dudes?
Yeah.
2 future Hall of Famers, at least one surefire in Bond. Matthew Stafford, as soon as he wins a Super Bowl, he is surefire. And Odell Beckham, one of the greatest receivers through the first 3 years of their career. You're going to acquire all those pieces? You're going to get rid of Deshaun Jackson, the best deep threat receiver in the history of the NFL, because you got that much talent. That's where the Rams sit right now. It's got to be Super Bowl or bust for him, so.
Oh, it's not Super Bowl or bust. It's a hella wish. It is the biggest wish you could ever ask of Santa Claus, right? And I know why. It's been driven because the Super Bowl is here in the stadium that they built, which is the most beautiful stadium I've ever seen, and that they want to just have it all meet at a head in February. Here's the problem. I don't know if this team is even constructed to win the Super Bowl. Most dream teams in the NFL don't work, right? They don't win championships. Let's just be real about that. Like, oh, we got this piece, we're trying to do this Tetris, and it usually collapses, stops short of the goal. So the building blocks to getting a championship, to me, would have been addressing the running game. They didn't. They addressed the passing game. They addressed something that they're also great at, getting to the quarterback. They, got redundant in things they were already great at, and the things they're not so good at, I guess they're like, whatever. Turn a blind eye to them. Here's my example, too, why the Rams want this so bad, but you never know what's going to happen. First day of school. Let's go back to high school, first day of school, right? I don't know about you, Acho, but me, got to lay the outfit out, right? Over the couch the night before, right? You staring at it like it's a mannequin. You're like, ooh, look at that silk shirt right there. Oh, I got my cross cords right there, my Cortezes. I'm about to hurt them. Got my herringbone laid out on the shirt, on the couch, right? But you know how I got to that point? All through the summer, saved up $20. I'm going down to Sloth Swap me and get my herringbone. Okay, ooh, you got these new white tees, got to put that right there. Oh, cross cords, they on sale right there. Let me get some. You know, I got it in pieces, right? Von Miller here, Odell there. Oh, we got all this piece together. And then you wear it to school. And 2 things happen. 1, somebody else got on that same damn outfit. You're like, damn, I ain't hurting them as much. And then 2, somebody actually got on a fresher outfit. The Rams going to find out in these playoffs. All these other teams got outfits too. See how they play. See how it looks. Damn, I'm dope. Coming up, Odell Beckham Jr. went to the Rams and not the Seahawks. We'll tell you if Russell Wilson kept it 100 with his reaction or just 99. Next, Speak for Yourself. Give it awards, Cortez.
I went to an all-boys school.
Sunday on Fox, Zeke and the Cowboys take on Matty Ice Ryan and the Falcons. Or the Vikings take on Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Check local listings for the game in your area. Oh, Fox Sports app.
Well, on this show, baby, y'all know what it is. We only do one thing, and that's keep it 100. But others, they be lying, y'all. Keep it at 99. So each day, we got to get to the bottom of who's really telling the truth. Marcellus, what are you doing?
Soldier.
Well, what Odell Beckham was doing was walking off a private jet because he's with the Rams now.
Damn.
But the Seahawks might have been in the mix, too. Take a listen to Russell Wilson.
For our organization, always trying to find ways to compete and trying to find ways to win and that kind of thing. But we got some great guys already, too, and we got some of the best guys in the world already. So just to have the possibility of adding another amazing talent would be amazing.
It just came final that Odell's actually choosing the Rams. I don't know if he's going to sign with them. What do you think about that?
Yeah, good for him, he'll do great, and wish him the best.
Oh, man, damn. So, Sal, is Russell Wilson keeping it 100 or keeping it 99?
He's keeping it Russell Wilson, man. He's keeping it 99 or... I want my son to turn out to be like Russell Wilson, just like a personality and character. Like, I want that. Not necessarily for my homeboy, but for my son. Like Russell Wilson, he sat there and wanted to dog curse and just couldn't. I love that dude, man.
Yo, Russell Wilson was keeping it like 95. But I feel you. Like, you would want Russ to be like your son. You want Russ to be like your godfather. You wouldn't necessarily want Russ to be like your dog.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to go through the trenches with Russ, but like you want him close, near and dear in your corner. But right there, Sal, that right there, all lies. I like what we got. You know what I'm saying? He went with the Rams?
No,
wish him nothing but the best. He couldn't even make eye contact.
He couldn't even look. He was like, oh, God, I was told not to curse. But, okay, let me look up. Go Hawks. The problem is, he ain't dating my daughter. You got to marry my daughter. Like, I want my daughter to marry someone like a Russell Wilson. I'm all in on that. But then, I just can't hang with Russell, man, because you got to keep it 100, dog. Tell the truth. You ain't happy that he went to a rival, to a divisional opponent, and going to help them out? That was funny.
Here's what I do know, though. Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, they going to handle business this week against the Packers. And that's about as 100 as somebody can get.
Really? You want to put something on it? What you got? What that new house you got? What's up? Let me get the house for the weekend. Let's bet houses for a weekend. Yeah, it got quiet. Have a great weekend.